as I look at this semester, besides drowsy, I don't see a lot of things in the way of a real opportunity for us to really get at those last building blocks of technique in this semester before we then start fine-tuning as we get ready for you to do senior showcase and move on out, you know?
I don't have auditions.
And well, there's that. Yeah, but to me, that's...
Oh, that's more just nerves, not necessarily.
Yeah, and...
I feel like what we've done so far. I mean,
right, and Michael, every student I've ever had that's been in that class, at the beginning, they're all panicked.
Yeah.
Panicked. They're just like, oh God, this is... And by the end, every single student says, I'm really glad I had that class.
Oh, I'm very excited to take it.
And it's one of those things I feel about why I like this class. It's because it kind of does a good job of putting you in situations that you're going to face later if you stick with this business. So, you know, but getting back to what I was saying, I think that there's a good opportunity for all of us to really sort of get at the last, major building blocks to technique. There'll always be little things that we can work on here and there. But, we've gone after a lot of things and then successfully, I think, with you, we've helped you really find that placement for the mixed belt. We've helped with your flexibility. We're getting your breath under you. All that stuff's happening. Yeah. In my way of thinking, it means learning to sing with the most relaxed tissue possible so that we get every ounce of vocal color that your body is capable of producing. And, if we can do that, it just gives you more on your palette of colors that you can paint with when you're performing. So that's kind of in the back of my mind. I always approach each student with a different goal.
Yeah.
And for me, it's that with you. I don't know if you have a specific one that you.
I just think I feel like we've grown like a lot with the mix.
Yeah.
And I want to work on the lower mix.
Yeah.
Just even in the Mermaid song.
Okay.
Some of it is in a place where it's the lower end of my mix, I guess, is really weak.
Yeah.
In comparison to
full chest, yeah.
Full chest or even like half chest.
Yeah.
But it's in a place where I don't want to push.
Right.
But it's not super high. It's not like that. It's a super high place for the chest.
Right.
But I'm still pushing.
Yeah.
Or it's a place I know in the mix. It could be strong if my mix was stronger down there because I feel miles much more comfortable with the higher range of the mix.
Yeah.
With the lower.
All right.
I've been trying to focus on more, but I guess I had much more focus on where we were working on, obviously.
Yeah.
And now I want to stretch the mix to a lower end, so I don't have to necessarily.
Okay. So, let me ask you a question. One of the pieces that you did last semester was Must the Winter Come So Soon, right?
Yes.
Was that hard for you or easy?
That one was fine.
Fine. Because that piece is often one that is used by voice teachers to work on exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe that I'm thinking of a lower placement.
Okay.
Of that.
Okay.
Now I felt pretty fine with that. I think the only thing that I was working on was making sure I was coming in at the right points.
Fair enough.
That was the one thing I was most worried about because I felt that the placement of that was pretty
okay.
good.
All right. Why don't we do some vocal exercises? I know you are a little short on time, and it was my fault for getting here a little bit late. So why don't we do some vocal exercises, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about one or two pieces that we can look at for this coming semester.
Oh, Wide. The last note of Lori's song, Wide.
Yeah.
Don't know about that one.
I know about it.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. What we want to do with that is glue that placement of that vowel to the roof of your mouth, to your palate.
Yes.
And that's
something I want to work on is that note.
There you go. All right, let's just start with some lip trills, Carly, if we could. Just. This pattern, and then the last note open to an E. Good. Yeah, good, and even less of a dropping of the lips or the jaw, just barely just separate them. That's all we're looking for. Okay? Good. Can I be greedy and add a little bit of a crescendo as you go up to the top?
Yeah.
Good. Two more. Good. Can you make sure that the implied E in your lip trill, which you're doing so well on the bottom, stays there through to the top?
Yeah.
Okay. So of course, what I'm going after is that that space for the breath behind the placement. Yeah. One more. Good. Starting from here. More palate in terms of switching.
Yeah.
In fact, use the letter Y between the E and the yeah, okay? Yeah. Sorry, all good. One more time. Back up a whole step and remember that your nose is your friend. Make sure that you're not excluding vibrations or flow of air through the nose as you're exhaling. Okay? Good. What is that? Is that your tongue?
Yes, it's my tongue.
Okay. No, I get it. I do know what you're saying.
I know how, I just, my muscles don't know how yet. Still working.
It's okay. It's fine. Let's go to a tongue relaxation exercise. So blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Tongue out. Tip of the tongue touching the bottom lip. Exercise, try to notice, what does the space feel like in the back of my mouth?
I feel not here.
Yes, that's right. On purpose.
Oh, on purpose?
Yeah, we're doing that on purpose. That's why I'm starting lower. Yeah. Good. One more up and then we'll go back down. Good. Let's go down to hold. We'll go down to minor third. Sound. Yes. As nasal as you can and still doing the same thing with the tongue. Good. Make sure it's an ah vowel and not ah. That's hard. That's what it is. Yeah. So again, what we're looking for here, when I say nasal, nasal. It's kind of a code word, right? What I'm looking for is that sort of bridge of the nose placement and then subsequent vibration that you're going to get out of that. So, you know, blah, 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 and so on. So that what you're starting to feel is it starts, it initiates as vibration here, but you start to feel more vibration in the high maxillary sinuses and the frontal sinuses as well. No, it's one. Good. Two more. Do that one more time. It's not louder. It's just here.
I think that's where it is. I don't know.
It's right on your break. Yeah, it's right on your break. We're going for a higher nya kind of thing.
I can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's do nya. But change the vowel to AW then. Yeah. One more. Good, Carley. So all these things that we're playing with all have to do with shape of the mouth, shape of your resonance chamber, right? And so why does that matter? Well, it matters because if we can create the shape in your mouth, which will allow for that easy release of breath, then we won't get sort of that little traffic pileup that we're getting as we go through the register break. Yeah, so let's get at it this way. Right, so I'll demonstrate here. Nya, nya, nya. Okay, you're gonna start here. Yeah, so again, really focus on the placement of it. Nya, nya. Yeah? Yes. Right, it's why does that work? Because by bringing that placement that far forward, you're getting rid of that supraglottal pressure, allowing that air to come up and out.
I just don't know which one to do.
What do you mean?
Right there. In where my break is.
Yeah. But see,
it'd be even for vocal exercise. I'm not sure which one's more beneficial.
But it's interesting to me that you're thinking of it in terms of register.
Or break, whatever it is. Whatever
because from my perspective, what I'm after is it shouldn't matter which register you're trying to put the voice in if the placement is correct, right? So the reason why I'm being annoying and asking for that kind of placement is that, to me, if we can eliminate that supraglottal pressure, then either one will work, you know? And that's what we've demonstrated in the past. The question then is, well, you know, what's in the way right now? But I do kind of feel strongly that I really don't want you to be thinking so much about, oh, I'm in full chest here. Oh, I'm in partial. It's more, oh, how high is my placement?
Okay.
Okay? Let's do it again. So don't be mad. I think the issue is more one of breath than it is of...
Yes.
Yeah. So...
especially down there. like the lower. I don't think I have enough breath support in my lower mix, and I think that's also the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I would say breath support as much as I would say that the freedom that you have when you're in your, up above it and in your head.
It's so much better.
Whatever.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Because it worked on me.
So let's use the SH exercise and go into an E vowel. Establishing the movement of the lower abdominal muscles with that SH hiss for 2 counts, and then coming down a 5-note scale. Good. Longer on the hiss, yeah. Yeah, remember, Carley, what all of these exercises are about is, it's sort of muscle memory, training the muscles and then in return feeling what that muscular response is, so that you can call on that when you need it. So, even though it may be annoying to hiss for 2 counts, I know what the notes are, I just need to know. Well, because the notes aren't really the point of the exercise. The point of the exercise is the hissing, change to an AW, she-aw. Okay, now we're going to use that same combination. I'll demonstrate here. She-aw. Okay, your turn here. Fair enough. When you do the SH, do you have any sensation of movement of air actually up in the sinuses themselves? Any sensation of movement?
No.
Okay. All right.
I probably should.
No, not necessarily. I'm reacting to what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Maybe if I made it more nasally.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, instead of the SH, you're going to do a hiss on the letter S, and then you're going to add the N. Okay?
Sorry, I wasn't hissing.
It's all right. Stays AW rather than AH, yep. Good, and your face opened up when you did that too. Yeah. One more exercise placement-wise. We'll do a little bit more with the breath. And then drop the tongue on the last note. Try to make sure that vibration stays consistent throughout. Good. That's better, right? Last one. massaging the shape of the mouth and bringing it back to something that's a little bit skinnier and a little bit taller. What's that?
Just what I want to be.
Well, fair enough. Me too. The type of singing that you're doing in your show, is it similar to what you do here? Or is it a little bit different for your Frozen show?
For the Frozen, it's mostly just talking.
It's mostly
the
talking?
normal show. I don't sing
Oh, okay.
in the normal show.
Got it. And the Christmas show you did?
Yeah, just a little bit though. Not
Yeah.
that much. Not really the singing. Even though it's a sing-along.
Yeah.
The sing-along is... Because I only really come in at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
And most of it's just the narrators going through the action. They're summarizing the movie.
Right.
And they play all the songs so everyone sings along with those.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Got it. Okay. And I'm just making sure that, to me, you came to me already knowing how to flatten the palate, how to widen the palate, and we have to keep working on making sure that it can also.
I thought that was all I knew.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I didn't know anything before.
I'm gonna do one more breath exercise. Let's start here. So, if we can hiss 3 times and then just come down the scale on an ooh. So, like that, making sure everything's nice and connected.
Down there?
Yeah, I want you to start
Okay.
here.
On the...
So 3 pulsed S's. Yeah, and then then the next breath you take, you go into the ooh vowel. Yeah, why are we doing it down loud? Is the question that's the bubble that's over your head. What I'm looking for here is much more the muscular behavior of your lower abdominal muscles than I am the pitches that you're singing.
Yeah.
And down low in your chest like that, it's a little bit more natural for you. And we could also start it up here, which would also get us, something similar. But I kind of want to hear what happens down here if you can really release that breath each time. Try to notice what you feel in those lower abdominal muscles and try to bring that out in the ooh vowel. Elongate. Good. One more. My fault. Good. We're going to start with a hiss and do last exercise will be a little bit of flexibility. So hissing and then snee ah. Snee ah. I want you to start here. Whatever vibration you're producing with that N and that E, keep it in the ah. Good. it proves that the breath is moving, you really don't have to worry so much about what register you're in. The placement will take care of it. It's the end, in this case, the end took care of the placement, the breath took care of everything else.
Yeah.